growing up, I was very determined to be a CEO of a corporation. And so I worked hard, studied hard, decided to actually become an entrepreneur because I realized working for people didn't work. I think the simplest way to sum it is, I was very more in my masculine energy. So basically, masculine energy means someone who is very go-getter, right? Very strategic, it's about taking action, getting things done. What changed was, I think, when I started working on myself, I started discovering a little bit more of the feminine side, emotional side of myself. And I decided to want to understand what the feminine energy is more about and started really embracing that. So the feminine energy is more like nurturing, go with the flow, trusting your intuition, not like logical step by step. This is the way things need to be done. That's where I used to hang out a lot more. And when I started embracing that, I think, and working on myself, many things started shifting. I think I started clearing things that was in my way of remembering who I am, right? And the more I started peeling off all those layers of emotional pain, and I worked through, letting go of the beliefs, letting go of my physical pain, I started connecting, I think, more and more to my higher self, which I know now. And then I started having experiences that I cannot explain. My logical mind will say, there is no such thing. An example, there's a friend from Australia say, hey, you got to go see this healer that's coming from Brazil in Toronto. And I decided, okay, I'm just going to go. I went. I'm good at following instructions. So let's put it that way. I follow, this is what you need to do. You need to wear white. Let's go see him. He sent us to this room called the spiritual surgery. So I went in there, sit down, waited. They said, close your eyes. Somebody's going to come in. Then they're going to pray and do some healing work. I remember I closed my eyes, but I felt there was just someone, even though there's no physical person, but there's just someone or a being examining me. Like I literally felt it. Like I was kind of being examined. Kind of felt like this sense, they're looking at what do I need, and then I followed the regime. But that was my first experience that started shifting exponentially a lot of my connection to my spiritual side. Then it brought back some memories of growing up as a child. I had all some of these experiences that I just kind of discounted, right, or afraid of. Let's put it that way. That because they don't make any logical sense. So because of that, and I started having dreams about things that I wanted to make sense. So I started searching more and more. And then I met my spiritual teacher at that time. So she was one person that I started getting guidance from. Dreams that I'll be having, or synchronicity of events that will happen. And allow me to really be more open about the spiritual side of me. Did I have doubts? Yes, absolutely. I had tons of doubts. I remember my mind be going, no, you didn't see that thing, or no, you didn't hear that, or no, you made all that up. Oh my God, I had so many doubts. But then more and more things started happening that I cannot explain. I'll give you another example. There's so many, but I like to pick this one. When I was starting to learn sound healing. We went to this retreat place, and I saw this entity came into my room, and he wanted my help. I remember when I first saw it, I said, don't come near me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Please go away. I can't help you. But I decided to bring it up to my teacher and said, I think I saw this guy in the army, he was wearing, and he's actually very ancient, probably in the 1700 kind of army, clothes. And then he wanted my support to send him back to the light. But I had so many doubts. I thought, oh, here we go. My mind's making all this crazy stuff. Long story short, that was the beginning of me starting working with entities. There are now many times I work with them and send them back to the light. But that was the first experience I had, like seeing one to having to learn and understand and how to work with them and how to send them to the light. Entity is one, I can tell you this other story. And I remember this one particular program. I woke up that Sunday morning feeling like, oh my God, I can feel this energy. There's this, we'll call it dark energy that's coming to the program. And that morning, I actually prayed and called out to a few of the archangels to come, and Goddess Guan Yin to come at that day, just to protect the space of our training. And I remember walking into the room, and my god sister was there too, and she felt the same thing. And then, but I didn't tell her who I called. I just kind of told her, can you also please support me in holding space and make sure that energetically we're protected the space. Once we completed a ceremony that we had, we both talked. And she said, oh my God, I saw Guan Yin standing in the middle, and then I saw 4 archangels on the side of the wall, where she had no idea who I called that morning. But that confirms it. So this is just all those little stories that I have. I have tons of them that now, I cannot discount them. I remember too, when I first wanted to share stories of this experience, I was afraid. I was really afraid to share with people around me, because I was afraid they think I'm crazy. Like, oh my God, is she nuts? She studied so much and she has this businesses, but what happened to her, right? I was concerned about my credibility. I was concerned they might not trust me anymore. It was not easy, but like I said, I'm grateful I had my teacher that I can confide in. And I started embracing it. I started, go to closer friends who I think are open to things like that, and started sharing with them. I also have a community of people that I support who are more open to spiritual work, and I started sharing with them my experiences and telling them how I'm growing from my experiences. And that kind of carried through and supported me in being able to be more open like this right now. It was a process. It wasn't like it just happened. It was a process. I remember too, when people around me started calling me a healer, I'm like, no, I'm not a healer. I'm just doing my work. I run a program, and in the process, this is what happened. And I've learned some of the modality. I knew, how to support you. It took me a while to even own that. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's healing, what I'm supporting. And again, a healer is just supporting someone to heal themselves. I'm just facilitating, right? But it took me a while to even own that I play a role in their healing. So it wasn't an easy transition. There were challenges, definitely lots of doubt, on and off. The doubt still crops in sometimes. Yet I remind myself all the other stuff that I've experienced, right? The stuff that I cannot explain. All the synchronicity, the miracles, we call it miracles, but reality, I think they just is. Miracles because we didn't think that it could be possible, but it's always been there. And now I've got to a point that I can say I'm a spiritual leader, and embracing that part of me, So I'm not just the business side, the entrepreneur side, not just a mom, but I also have this aspect of me that I embrace now. So I bring all of me to all the things that I do. Please comment. I love to hear your thoughts. Please like and follow our pages. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you for watching.